Let's talk about how to promote things, paid ads on Facebook. Okay, so here's how you do this. This is my personal profile. I go to create an ad, and what you want to do, they give you so many options, right? Don't be fooled. Many of these options are either poor substitutes for other things. There are other ways to promote things better. Like, for example, get video views. I mean, the best way to get video views is to promote your video with YouTube paid ads. Duh, right? I mean, it's extremely cheap, and it's YouTube. It's native platform. Also, boost your posts. That's kind of engagement, right? Or promote your page. That's also an engagement thing. But usually, when people promote things on Facebook, what they want to do is to drive people to their website or their sales page. And of course, we want to sell. Like, I want to sell, right? Getting people to like your page, it's not something that people pay for these days very much, because Facebook really limits what you can do with your personal business page. So there's not a whole lot of it's not a great business decision to dump money into it. For free, yeah, we can mess around, and there are some isolated instances, but really we want to send people to our website. Like, this is really or this increase conversion of your website. But let's say we're doing this. Okay, so I can enter my website, but you can see here they already have it saved. These are my books, right? So I want to promote this book, and here's the book. This is my book. It's about starting a business. It's very well researched. It's based on 300,000 entrepreneurs. Blah blah blah. It has very nice. Oops, sorry. It has very nice reviews. So this is a good book. Usually it's whatever. You guys get the idea. I want to sell more copies of this book. So it already knows me here because I already played around with ads here. So let's walk through how this works. So for my book, right? So I will tell you a little bit about the book so that when we get into the targeting, you understand really well what we're going after, and you will be able to replicate the same for whatever product you are selling. So so my book is a business book. It's on how to start a business. It's made for entrepreneurs, and it walks people through essentially from business ideas to starting the business, right? Okay, so the book is written in English, so we want to target English-speaking countries. Okay, and I like to target English-speaking countries where most people have online. They're able to buy online, right? And they speak English well, so the English is not a problem, and they have mobile banking. So I want also UK. I want also Australia, and these are also very wealthy countries compared to most other countries. And I want Canada. Okay, so pretty much people in these countries, they're good candidates to buy my book. I don't want any other country. Other European countries, they have English as their second language, and maybe is Ireland. It could be, but I think we're good here. Generally, these four. Oops, sorry, actually I chose Austria instead of Australia. Did you see me? Australia. That's what I want. So generally, for all my digital products, the best performing countries are Australia, Ireland, United Kingdom, United States, and actually the next best performing country, it tends to be, in terms of money spent, tends to be South Africa, actually, and then India, and then maybe Indonesia. Although India and Indonesia, I don't sell many books there. I don't know exactly why. I think Amazon makes it hard, or maybe that's not even possible. I'm not completely certain, but for other digital products, they do better. For books, they don't do well at all. Okay, so let's get past this, right? So okay, so here we go. We got the countries. Now age. What do we know about readership? Older people read more books. Younger people, they use apps or videos, things like that. So let's choose an older demographic. I'm gonna go from, I don't know, let's say 42, and 65 is a bit too old. And by the way, so we're dealing with demographics. I just want to say I don't, I have, this is just business. Like, I don't want to discriminate really against anyone. But let's say 55, right? And I want to note here that, it might seem like we're leaving a lot of people out, but that's actually good, because we want to get precisely at the people who will be into what we are selling, okay? So the more specific we are, the better, because the more we get closer to people who might buy, the better, okay? Now, I could say all here, men and women, but I know more men are interested in starting a business. Although I do know that women, and I see this from just, interacting with my customers, women are always into educational materials and getting more prepared before they dive into things. So I'm tempted to say men, because more men generally are interested in business, but also women are very they would be likely to buy educational materials. But generally, I'm still going to say men, okay, because we want to stay specific. Language, only English, okay. Probably both are okay. UK, okay. Let's see more demographics. Education, financial. What we want to do is, so this is not something we want, right? People who are in this demographic, they probably already know a lot about business, or they don't need to start one if they're able to make good money elsewhere. People in this demographic this is too broad. This can be somebody making $10,000 a year, which is poverty, versus $90,000 a year, which is essentially well off. So it's too broad. We're not going to go here. Okay, so close this. I liked education. I'm not sure actually. Politics, life events, home, financial, work. Work can be an interesting one for this thing, because we would have to think far deeper about this, right? So there's behaviors now. There's digital activities, right? And what we want is people who spend online. Online spenders, boom. Active, boom. It might be more expensive to target them, but certainly this is exactly what we want, right? Now let's see, purchase behavior. This is exactly, we're getting really good, right? Store types. High-end retail it is not what I'm selling here, but if I know they buy high-end, then I know that they're able to spend, right? They're not going to be concerned about like spending a couple of bucks. So I actually like to choose this sometimes. And this is, I'm not targeting my people who are interested in my things, but I'm targeting a certain affluence level, right? Let's see. And there's other things here like business purchases, right? So if I keep browsing this, I can choose a few other categories, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to move forward. Let's see. Connections. You want new people. That's fine. Budget. What I like to do is I don't like to do cheap budgets. I like to, if I had a $100 budget, let's say, I could do this like at $5, for 20 days, or I could do this for, in one day for $100. And what I like to do is, after I've experimented and after I know exactly the kind of ad that will perform, I like to run it in one day, because it will give me better statistical significance to see whether the ad is performing well. Because sometimes it's impossible to directly track the sales, and I can see if I had spent $100, I can see if there's a spike in sales, versus if the budget is spent over 20 days or many days. Sometimes it's actually hard to recognize a spike in sales, and so it's actually harder to track, because a lot of times you can't really track, in my example, Amazon sales, I can't track it from the Facebook ads. So schedule, whatever. I just like to set it immediately. Optimize for web clicks, and then they give you this, and then advanced options. Yeah. So you can manually set. This is pretty expensive at almost 80 cents a click. You can go lower on the suggested bid. So maybe we try 45 cents. And then you set your image. What you want to do is set like kind of there's some schools of thought on the image, whether you want to have text on it or not. But sometimes what you want to do, and different people have different opinion here, but sometimes what I like to do is give it like an ugly image, because and that might seem like it's counterintuitive, but the reason I would do that is because the people who would click, I don't want like people who just click on pretty pictures. I want people who read the copy of the text, and you can write a headline here like start a business. Of course, if you're actually really doing this, your headline should be something far better. But for the sake of not making this video too long, right? So you can see how the ad will appear, and it's actually from my Problemio. So I kind of like to make the text very specific and interesting, but the picture, I don't want it to be too exciting, because if the picture is too good, people will just randomly click to see what the picture is all about. But you don't want that, because you're paying for those clicks. So you want people to click only if they are really interested. Okay, and that's the trick here. Okay, and then you place the order. Once you place the order, what happens is there's going to be an approval process of about 15 minutes on Facebook, and the ad will start running. And that's it. That's pretty much how you would target customers with paid ads. It's not cheap, as you can see. Like, you have to spend a little money and experiment. But certainly these kinds of targeting options with the hobbies, with online spending, and you can even, like, we didn't get into the interests, right? We actually skipped it. But I mean, there is no better way to target hobbies and interests than on Facebook. And if you can find the hobbies and interests, and if you can eventually play around and find the demographics that buy your product, then all you have to do is then make sure that they're spending more than you are paying for the ads, and then basically the ads pay for themselves because they generate direct revenue. And since they do that, the next day you can put more money into the ads, and the next day you can put more money into the ads, and really escalate your business and drive it that way. So potentially, I know this is kind of a pain because you have to pay for it, but potentially this is something, this can really grow your business, because you don't have to wait. The ads start appearing right away, and if they convert, if they get people to take some action to buy something, then you're definitely in business, and you can press the gas on this. And many multi-billion-dollar companies grow from advertising, and this is where you maybe can get your start as well.